Welcome back. This is our Algebra 2 quadratic functions, lesson number 8, shifting parabolas by completing the square, homework review part 2. Please catch part 1 to see some of our techniques we have here, being able to, find our vertex form and then also to translate them, move things around a little bit here. So in this problem for number 5, it says here, in vertex form, the parabola y equals x squared minus 10x plus 8 will be written as the following. So we want to rewrite this in vertex form, and we're going to use completing the square. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. So we have y minus 8 plus blank equals x squared minus 10x plus blank. We're going to take the b value here. The b value is negative 10, and we divide that by 2. So b over 2 is negative 10 over 2, or negative 5. We then take that number and square it to get 25. And we add that to both sides. From here, we're going to factor x squared minus 10x. And for some of you guys who are wondering, oh, I don't like factoring, no, we shouldn't worry about so much, because we know for x squared it's x times x. And we also know in this case that because we're always plugging in the b over 2 values, so here we got negative 5, that's just minus 5 and minus 5. Always, even if it's a difficult looking situation, it's always b over 2 when we're completing the square. So we combine negative 8 plus 25, we get 17, y plus 17. Or in this case, y plus 17 is equal to x minus 5 squared. We'll subtract 17 from both sides. Y equals x minus 5 squared minus 17. And it looks like this matches up with choice 2. So these will both have the same exact parabolas in this case, just one written in standard form and one written in vertex form. Question number 6. The turning point of the parabola for y equals x squared plus 5x minus 2. And we see we get some decimals here, but we should not be worried about this. I know you're worried. Not a problem. Still the same exact way we approach this. We're going to add the constant by 2. Okay, move the c term over to the left side with the y. So we have y plus 2 plus blank equals x squared plus 5x plus blank. So b is equal to 5. b over 2 is equal to 5 over 2. And now you're saying to yourself, okay, this looks a little weird. Can we do 2.5? Totally okay. I like leaving stuff in fractions, right? So here we take that 5 over 2 and we square it. We get 25 over 4. Now, in decimal form, this is the same thing as 6.125. So we're going to add 6.125. Oh, and by the way, 5 over 2, yeah, that's 2.5. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And so we have here 6.125. Okay, now comes the factoring part. And again, students are groaning, oh, this is so hard. I don't know how to factor this, Mr. Gong. What two numbers multiply to 6.125 and then add to 5? Well, here's the thing. We said before that not to worry about factoring. We mentioned in this case that we would have x and x, and whatever the b over 2 value was, and that's 2.5. So plus 2.5. Yes, it will work out, because 2.5 times 2.5 is 6.125, and 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. Now on the other side, y plus 2 plus 6.125 gives y plus 8.25. 8.125 actually. So we have y plus 8.125 is equal to x plus 2.5 squared. We now subtract 8.125 from both sides. And I made an error. It is now 6.125. So some of you guys are screaming at the screen, Mr. Gong, it's not 6.125. It's 6.25. So I'm going to make an adjustment here. Just knock out that 1, which means this case should be 8.25. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But this can easily be fixed. So, and what happens is you can always check your answers, go, hey, that's not a choice here. So we can double check. That's one of the things you want to do when you are working and you realize that, such a multiple choice, the answers don't work, not working out. You want to double check your work. And I see in this case, I made an error, right? So yeah, 2.5 times 2.5 is 6.25. I apologize for the extra 1. I was thinking of 1/8. I'm not sure what my head is now, so I apologize for that. So we have y is equal to, after we subtract 8.25 on both sides, x plus 2.5 squared minus 8.25. Now, to find the vertex, we're going to use our vertex formula of y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set x minus h equal to x plus 2.5. Subtract the x's. I have negative h equals 2.5. Divide both sides by negative 1. H equals negative 2.5. Now already I know it looks like it'll be 3 or 4. The other thing I'm comparing in this case we see is k is equal to negative 8.25. So our vertex will look like negative 2.5, or turning point in this case, comma negative 8.25. And when we take a look at our choices, it looks like it's going to be choice 3. Okay? Let's not be afraid of decimals. Of course, we hope to make corrections. Maybe I should use a calculator next time. Okay? Number 7. Write each of the following quadratics in vertex form by completing the square. So the very first one, we're going to complete the square like we normally do. Okay? And we're going to subtract 50 from both sides. Y minus 50 equals x squared plus 12x. Oh, we need some blanks. Plus blank equals x squared plus 12x plus blank. We see here that the b value is 12, so b equals 12. B over 2 equals 6. 6 squared equals 36. So that's the number that goes here. So I'm going to factor in this case this side. I have x plus 6 times x plus 6. That's x plus 6 squared. And on this side, I have y minus 14. So y minus 14 is equal to x plus 6 squared. Add 14 to both sides. We get y equals x plus 6 squared plus 14. And so the turning point would be in this case, and after doing a number of these, the turning point would be here, I see, are negative 6 comma 14. Okay? You say, how do you do so quickly? Well, inside parenthesis, if I see the number, whatever number is with the x, I take the opposite sign for the h. That's one way to look at it now. And the same value for k. Okay, so it's positive 14 on the outside, that's the same value for k. If it's x plus 6 on the inside, it's minus 6 for the h value. All right, so that one's okay. So we found the vertex form and we found the turning point of the vertex. Now for letter B, and this one's gonna be a little more tricky. Before I do anything, I'm gonna factor out a -3. So y equals -3, and I know you're probably thinking in this case, that's not the greatest common factor. Well, it's how we start off, because we want an x squared in the front. So 30 divided by -3 is minus 10x. Okay? And then we have, oh, but you know what? Before I do that, it'll probably be a lot easier if I move the 7 over. So yeah, so we'll keep with the regular protocol in this case, and subtract 7 on both sides. So y minus 7 plus blank equals, I'm going to factor out the -3 here, x squared minus 10x plus blank. So you're saying, wow, what happened? Well, I was going to factor out -3 from everything left over. And what's left over after I move the -7 is just these two terms here. Okay, so, and then parenthesis is inside. Now, whatever I put in the parenthesis on the right side, I have to, it's not the same value on the left side because I'm multiplying everything by -3. So my b value in this case, so b value is equal to -10. So here, b over 2 is equal to -10 over 2, or -5. If I take -5 and square it, I get 25 here. So the number that goes into this here is 25. However, on the left side, it's 25 times -3. Why? Because the effect on this side, remember, if we distribute the -3 with everything, it would really be -75. So I have to put a -75 to balance things out in the equation. All right, so I factor this part inside here, which we know should be x minus 5 squared. All right. So it becomes -3 times x minus 5 squared. What happens? Well, I just factored x squared plus minus 10x plus 25 is x minus 5 times x minus 5, which is x minus 5 squared, times -3 because it's still -3 multiplying everything on the right side. On the left side, -7 plus -75 becomes y minus, I believe, 82. So now we're just going to add 82 to both sides. Y equals -3 times x minus 5 squared plus 82. And so, to remind ourselves, y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. Well, first off, this is our vertex form of our function. And here, x minus h is same as x minus 5. H is equal to 5. And k equals 82. That means our turning point or vertex is 5, comma, 82. Okay, everybody? All right, so this was challenging indeed. And this will be the end of our Algebra 2 Quadratic Functions, lesson number 8, Shifting Parabolas by Completing the Square, Home Review, Part 2. If you found this video helpful at all, please give a like. If you have more questions, comments, leave in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. All right? Take care, everybody. See you in the next video.